Sunshines. We're back for episode 5 of Book Beats, and today we're reading the book Starfish. I'm so sorry that the little picture of me is blocking out the title, but it's called Starfish, and it's written by Lisa Phipps, and it's actually a book in verse. It took me about 30 minutes to read it, so it was really quick and easy. And for some unholy reason, the little sticker that's over here that's supposed to be on top of my video is not showing up, but that's the clean version there. And the title's not clean, but we cleaned up the song as best we could because I feel like this is the most appropriate song for this story, even though it's slightly inappropriate. So let's dive into Starfish. Cannonball style, we're going to jump in on page 1. We'll read through about page 12 because it's a book in verse. It's not really written in chapters. So we're just going to find a little information about her. For just a while, I stepped down into the pool. The water is bathwater warm, but feels cool compared to the blisteringly hot air. Kick, glide, stroke, glide, side to side and back again. Dive under the surface, soar to the top, arch my back, flip, flop. As soon as I slip into the pool, I am weightless, limitless, for just a while. 2. Name calling. Eliana Elizabeth Montgomery Hofstein. That's my name. My bestie, Viv, and my friends call me Ellie or Elle. But most people call me Splash, or some synonym for whale. Cannonball into a pool, drenching everyone, and wear a whale swimsuit to your under-the-sea birthday party when you're a chubby kid who grows up to be a fat tween, and no one will let you live it down. Ever. Splash is born. Now, whenever I swim, I use the steps to ease into the water, careful not to make waves, because the memory of my pool party plays in my head like a video on a loop. It was my 5th birthday. I wanted to be the first one in, so I ran to the edge, leapt into the air, and tucked my knees into my chest. Water sprayed up as I sank down. I bobbed to the surface, expecting cheers for the splashiest cannonball ever. That didn't happen. Splash spawned a tsunami, my sister Anais shouted. She almost emptied the pool, my brother Liam chimed in. I dove under, drowning my tears. I wish I could tell everyone how they made me feel that day. Humiliated, angry, deeply sad. But every time I try to stand up for myself, the words get stuck in my throat like a giant glob of peanut butter. Besides, even if they listened, they'd just snap back. If you don't like being teased, lose weight. Fat girl rules. Some girls my age fill diaries with dreams and private thoughts. Mine has a list of fat girl rules. You'll find out what these unspoken rules are when you break them and suffer the consequences. Fat girl rules I learned at 5. No cannonballs, no splashing, no making waves. You don't deserve to be seen or heard, to take up room, to be noticed. Make yourself small. Then in our preview, we're going to skip a couple of pages. Belly's dancing. Viv's mom caught her dad with another woman and said Texas wasn't big enough for the 3 of them. So now my best friend has to move to Indiana. In my backyard, we live streamed the Latin Music Festival on an outdoor screen as part of her going away party. Viv starts belly dancing like she learned in a class at the Dallas Public Library, where her mom was a librarian. I follow her lead and our arms morph into snakes as our hips figure 8. My dog, Gigi, a pug, runs circles around us as we sing at the top of our lungs, along with the bands and dance with complete abandon, like you do when you're alone in your room, trying out some new moves or making up some of your own. Except it turns out we're not alone. The new neighbor. Mid-twirl, I open my eyes to see a girl's head pop up over the fence, then disappear and reappear. This trampoline girl saw me shake parts of me I didn't even know I had. What do you think you're doing? I stopped dancing so fast I about gave myself whiplash. I see her head again. I heard Dia Divertos. She says it so quickly, it's like it's one word. She disappears and reappears. Couldn't help myself. In a flash, she climbs over the fence and lands in front of me. I'm Catalina Rodriguez, a poet and a musician. Catalina points to the concert on the screen. Wow, so you like Dia Divertos too? I have all their songs on my playlist. Me too, I say. Who else do you listen to? Don't get Ellie started, Viv rolls her eyes. If eye rolling were an Olympic sport, she'd be a gold medalist. I'm a poet, so I love music because lyrics are sung poems, I say. Rap and country are my faves. I'm a guitarist, Catalina says. I like all music, but I love Latin music. She chooses her words carefully, like me. But she's not like me. Catalina's skinny, like a pancake. I'm more like a 3-tiered cake. My fat dar should be sounding the alarm. Why isn't it? The thing about fat dar. Fat dar is a lot like Spidey Man's Spidey sense, a sixth sense. Somehow we just know when someone's about to say something hurtful or do something mean. Even in a crowd, I can spot a fat phobe, someone who's grossed out by overweight people. Fat phobes give off this vibe, part discomfort, part shock, part fear, part anger, and all hatred. All right, so now you have to figure out, how does Ellie overcome this, and how does she learn to like herself? Because by the end, Ellie has a little Lizzo in her, and that's why I chose this song for her. But plus, it's one of my favorites. But this is a really quick read, but a really good read, and I saw a lot of myself in Ellie as I was reading it. Because if you've just met me in the last couple of years, you'll know I'm pretty thin now. But in 2020, I had bariatric surgery, and I since have lost 100 pounds. I've gained a little back, because food, right? But I see a lot of myself in that, and I see a lot of like how people pick one thing that they really don't like about themselves. So even if your weight is not something that you're struggling with, if it's your acne, if it's something else that you really just don't like about yourself, it's kind of inspiring how Ellie comes to learn to like herself and maybe even just a little bit love herself, but also she learns to stand up for herself, and she learns that it's okay to take up space. So I hope that while you are learning that it's okay for you to take up space and to be all that you are, whether that's in a skinny body like a pancake or a 3-tiered cake, or it's a zit face that's going to clear up and be super handsome someday, and whatever it is, while you're learning to take up space, you might try out this book, Starfish. And also, this is one of the nominees for the Oklahoma Sequoia Award. So when you read 3 of those, you get to vote for the Sequoia Award winner here in Oklahoma. And that is for the year 2023. So we'll be voting on that in the spring. Anyway, have a great day. I'm going to go make a splash.